What do you think? You making friends? Do you want to make friends? Do you want to make friends with the big horsey? Hi. Hi. I'm sorry I don't have anything for you. You got a big nose there. I don't have anything for you guys. Hi, you're very handsome. Or pretty, I'm not sure which. You scratching your neck? Can't quite make up his mind. Well, you guys have similar coloring. You're very handsome. Yeah, handsome. Uh-huh. Look at that. Look at that. Don't yell at him, Kit. You can say hello. Can you say hello? Kit can't quite make up his mind. He's thinking about it though, aren't you? Do you want him to play with you now? Okay. Let's go. So, this is where I slept. And when I pulled in here, the map made it look like this was a dead end. But it isn't. It's a ranch. These are my neighbors. I heard the cows over here this morning. I'm like, wow, okay. So, yeah, this is where we slept. Bye guys, see you later. And when we got here last night, it was already like way dark. And so we just walked down this way because I thought it was a dead end. And the horses came up to the fence pretty quickly. And it was so dark I could barely see them. Freaked Kid out, not a big surprise there. So we just did a quick walk last night and basically watched a little TV and went to bed.
Wake up with the sun in our eyes. Sally forth, no need for goodbyes. Journey calls, let's roll the dice. Every mile a new surprise.
This neighborhood seems to be kind of a eclectic mix. I think the houses over here might be a little bit older. Let's cross the street and look this way. I don't know, they don't look too old. These look pretty new. Those look fairly new. And yeah. Nice to be able to find a safe place to be able to sleep. And in case you're wondering, part of the way that I pick random places to stop like this, I was basically just driving around the town and I turned up this road and I saw that the houses are spread fairly far apart and there are areas like this and over where I'm parked. So I'm not parked in front of somebody's house. You know, I kind of didn't want to do that. I mean, I would if I couldn't find anything else, but I had options. So, once I pick a place, and I guess I could do it sooner, but I didn't. I picked this place to park, and then I got on the internet, and I Googled for Parowan, Utah, overnight parking regulations for RVs, and came back with an answer that said you can park on the street for 24 hours. So there you go. And then I keep my search results in the browser tab so that if I happen to get a knock on the door, I'll be prepared to show the officer that I really was not trying to be a scofflaw, thought I was doing the right thing, kind of thing. So yeah, these houses actually look pretty new. I'm sorry, this looks a little bit out of place to me in the neighborhood. I don't know. A few more down there. There does seem to be a fair amount of new construction going on. There was a place over in a more commercial area that I thought about parking, but it was kind of too close to the freeway. And I didn't want to hear all the freeway noise. So this was better. So we're going to finish up at Kit's Walk, and then we're going to go get fuel, hit the road, and I think I've got 5.5 hours of Google Drive time, which means it'll be dark by the time I get stopped, I'm sure. So we'll see. Look at the pretty fall colors. Yeah. Oh, and the other thing that I look for when I'm looking at places like this are recreational vehicles in the area. So like a couple of trailers there, trailer back there behind the fence. There's a trailer over here next to where I'm parked. So it seems to me that if there's recreational vehicles in the area, I look less out of place than I might otherwise. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's kind of how I choose. Hope you're having an amazing and fascinating day. I know I am. And yep, I parked on the street in a residential neighborhood. And now we're finally ready to get on the road. It is 9:50 in the morning. Hey, we're leaving earlier than we did yesterday. I had to prep and film today's video and get it uploaded and do all the stuff, so that's all done. We are in Parowan, Utah, and today is Monday, October 13th. I already said it's 9:50 a.m. It's about 55 degrees outside. And I wanted to double check this. Is there really potable water here? Let's see. Free RV water hose bib and gravel at front of parking lot. Reasonably priced gas while you're at it. All right, I may just go ahead and top up my water. So we're going to try the Phillips 66 down here. Let's see what the gas price is, because we need to get gas too. And then we'll be hopping back on I-15 south. We have a, I think it's a 5.5 hour Google Drive time. $3.14 for Phillips 66. I guess we're going to just do that. Alright, we are filled up on water, we're filled up on gas, and I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. On 185 miles on this tank, and about 100 of it I did at 70 miles an hour, we averaged 9.8 mpg. So that was pretty daggone good. So I think we're going to go for about an hour and then we'll make breakfast. It was 9:50 when we left where we parked, and now it's 10:12, and we are just getting on the road. So there's that. And there's this guy that's in way too much of a hurry. You do you, dude. I do have a cup of coffee here. We're going to work on this. It's kind of funny, we're in the territory of where Barb and I started our travels in the summer. As in, we passed the turnoff for Kanab a while back yesterday before we got off the freeway here. And We're headed towards Cedar City, which is not far from where we met up.
In a quarter mile, merge onto I-15 south.
Is that another new gas station over there? Wow. Yeah, it's a new Maverick. Don't think it's open yet, though. And there was a new gas station at the other end of town, the previous exit where I got off last night. So I guess they're growing. Yeah, they're not open yet. Alright, so we're gonna do some motoring. And as long as it's not windy, I may do 70, because, you know, why not? It wasn't too big a hit on fuel economy. And I still got so many miles I want to get covered between today and tomorrow. 210 miles to my first stop today. Yeah, my first planned stop. I will be stopping before then because, of course, I can't possibly drive 3 hours without stopping. Now I gotta look and make sure the route's correct because I'm not positive about that. Yeah. So my first stop is just south of Las Vegas. And it's something that I've never stopped at before, even though I've driven by it many, many times. So we're gonna plan on making a stop today. So I'll probably go about an hour, and then I'll stop and make breakfast. We've gone 21 miles since we got fuel, and as soon as we got on, the wind was pretty fierce. I had to slow down from 65 to 60, and then it's gotten worse, and I'm down to 55. I think this is going to be a long day. We got about 45 miles to St. George. I think that's probably where I'm going to stop to make breakfast, because I'm getting pretty hungry. That'll be about 11:15. The wind's coming from my left side. It's trying to push me off the road. It's pretty strong. Actually, it's almost from my north, front left corner. So, we'll just go slow and take our time. And it'll be what it'll be. Yep. Because that's the way we roll. Beautiful day, 61 degrees out already. Woohoo! So, worst case scenario, I've got 2 more nights before I get to Borrego. I was hoping it was just going to be tonight and I'd get in tomorrow afternoon, but we'll see. It's after 11 o'clock. I'm really hungry. The next exit is for Zion, Grand Canyon, and I forget what else it said. But I think I'm going to get off here. And hopefully just be able to pull off on the side of the road. It looks like I might have to go down another exit or two, maybe. Let's just see what we got here. Not much is what we got here. But if you want to go to Zion, Grand Canyon, or Lake Powell, here you go. Alright, there's really no place to stop here. So I guess we're gonna go another exit or two. And find a level place to pull over and make breakfast. I see a gas station up there. Maybe that was on this exit. I don't know. A lot of RVs over there to the left. Oh, I guess that's an RV parking lot, is what that looks like. southern Utah iconic red hills. It's always beautiful. And I think I'm going to be able to get off at this next exit and do something about breakfast. Ooh, Black Bear Diner. Maybe I'll let somebody do something about breakfast for me today. I might do that. It is 12:08. I think I have been parked here for just about an hour. I originally went into the Black Bear Diner, I got seated and I waited, but I didn't seem to be getting anything like a waitress. And I kept looking and it appeared that there was only one waitress. So I decided that was going to take a really long time. And so I just came out and made my own breakfast, which, you know, I know what I'm getting. Costs less money, saved me 20 bucks. And although I was really enamored with the idea of having somebody serve me, I was not enamored with the idea of sitting there and waiting forever for that to happen. So, you know, make breakfast in my own house, watch my own TV, do my dishes, clean everything up, put it away. And I don't think I spent any more time. And honestly, if I hadn't walked in there to begin with, I would have spent less time than if I had eaten in there. So, it was yummy. I had scrambled eggs with hatch green chilies and shredded cheese and a mini bagel. And that'll hold me over until dinner, which is going to be leftover potato salad and leftover rotisserie chicken. So we still have 149 miles to our ostensible first stop. And roughly 5 hours to get down to Barstow. Kind of where I'm planning to call it a day today. Look, perhaps the wind has died down some. At least 60 feels okay. Speed limit is... We are about to say goodbye to Utah. And hello to to Nevada in less than half a mile. We still have 109 miles to Las Vegas, though. Oh, wait. That says Arizona. Interesting. I forgot we have to go through a corner of Arizona before we get to Nevada. So I guess that means Utah, Arizona, Nevada today, and most likely California. That'll be 4 states. Woohoo! I don't have any idea how much of Arizona we get. Oh, perhaps it's 27 miles. Since this is exit 27 we're coming up on. Well, here we're going into the Virgin River Gorge, which for some reason I thought was Nevada, but is apparently Arizona. And I don't know that I've ever videoed this, so why not do it today? pretty. We're only at 2725 feet in elevation and dropping. How do you like these hillsides? And the colors are just beautiful. I'm pretty happy to be back in the desert. I'll probably be lamenting that after I spend months here, but who knows? Not here, but here in the desert. Mountain grades, next 11 miles. Oh, now the speed limit's 55 for everybody. It was 55 for trucks. 65 for everybody else. I think the landscape is just gorgeous. All the stacks of rocks and the tall peaks, and yet it still feels like wide open vistas to me. I much prefer this to tall trees and being in a forest. It's just me. And without even really clearly understanding it, this is why I've been hightailing it south as fast as I can, crossing the Virgin River here. I think you get a better view of the river going north than you do coming south, but I'm not positive about that. I only remember being terrified the first time I came through here on a motorcycle. It was just about dark. Because I remember it was dark when we stopped in Mesquite to get gas. If we hightailed it straight back home after that or not. motel room in Mesquite. That would have been too far to try and get home. Come on. Stay on your side of the road, dude. Yeah, because it would still be about an hour and a half, I think, from Vegas. And then almost, I think, about 3.5 hours from there to home. So, yeah, that's almost 5 hours. I kind of remember what the motel room door looked like even. That was almost 25 years ago. The idea of being able to do van life, but I just don't see it happening for me. landscape, though, that makes me think about the early pioneers. And even before the pioneers, no established roadways. And you just got to find your way through these kinds of formations. and hit the wall, huh? Ooh, and the guardrail. Yeah, I think this is the part that I remember being so terrified of in the dark. Almost dark. I don't think it was quite dark when we hit this part. But look at these gorgeous colors. Just 90 miles from where we started today. It's gonna be a long day. Well, that's at elevation 2,000 feet. Garmin's at 1948. I guess that's not too far off. River's looking pretty muddy on this side. Miles from the Nevada state line. Temperature's up to 77. Guess his turn signals aren't working. This is quite the engineering feat too, because you know, like this whole section here is just a bridge snaking through the rocks. See the water moving a bit down there. And this is about the end of it. Just like that. So, did you enjoy your Virgin River Canyon experience? Gorge, I think. I did. We're getting close. We've only got about a half a mile until we say goodbye to Arizona and hello to Nevada. Will be our third state for the day in 105 miles of driving. So what was it, 27 miles in Arizona? Welcome to Nevada. So here comes Mesquite. First big casino gas station down here on the right. Yeah, because that's the hotel we stayed in. What was really memorable about that was, you know, we pulled in to get gas right away before we went to get a hotel room, and the whole gas station area was completely covered in Norman crickets on the ground. Which, by the way, are very, very slippery when you're trying to drive one, and especially on two wheels. That whole trip was full of Norman crickets. So we're coming up on exit 93, which is Lake Mead Recreation Area. I forgot we were in Clark County already. Look all the way out ahead there, though, and how far you can see out in the distance. Mountains after mountains after mountains. And in fact, one of the little factoids that I learned this past spring, is that Nevada is one of the most mountainous states. I think it was 308 named mountain ranges in Nevada. So it's kind of interesting. Certainly beautiful, very rugged. We're at about 79 degrees now. It was 81 for quite a while. And I keep having to alternate between running the air conditioner for a little while and just running the vent. Well, they have certainly managed to mess up the traffic patterns here. I just got off at Apex. I want to stop in at Love's and walk around for a few minutes. It's 12:47, so I've been an hour and 45 minutes without stopping, which is a really long time for me. For 80 degrees outside, it actually feels pretty nice. We're gonna go ahead and get fuel here because it's $3.24, I think, is my price, and it's like $4.17 at Gene and Primm. So we'll just do it here. And I don't think they have any special RV pumps here, so hopefully I can find a place to get in fairly easily.
One eternity later.
Here we are at Seven Magic Mountains. This started off originally as a little-known location, set up as an art installation, but I think the fact that there's a obviously permanent food truck here with its own porta potty is an indication that that, of course, is no longer true. It was supposed to have been removed, I think, in 2018, but then they got a permit to extend it for 3 more years. This is free to the people. Please respect the artwork. Do not vandalize. Ugo Rondinone. I think he's Swiss, who did the original installation here. Art Production Fund and Nevada Museum of Art presents Seven Magic Mountains, a large-scale site-specific public artwork by artist Ugo Rondinone. The installation opened in May 2016, mediating between geological formations and abstract compositions. Consists of locally sourced limestone boulders stacked vertically in groups ranging between 3 and 6, each with a different fluorescent color. Each totem stands between 30 and 35 feet high. This location was chosen one of the largest land-based art installations in the United States, completed in over 40 years. Okay. So there you go. That's what we know. Let's go take a look. Do you want to pee on that? Not you, Kit. Kit. And it is super, super windy, so hopefully you're able to hear me over the wind. I've got my microphone on. The food truck is blasting an open frame generator that's ridiculously noisy. Not quite sure why this guy's zipping up his pants. Okay, Kit. There he is. Unless I am suddenly awed when we actually get up here to the installation, I think I'm going to report this as underwhelming. And unfortunately, this is a pretty stiff headwind in the direction that I'm going. Oh joy. Come on, Kit. He actually just seems very happy to wander around in the desert. It's been a while. Been a while. Okay, so I'm not quite sure why they call them Magic Mountains, although there are 7 of them. I guess I'm gonna get up to the other end and turn around, and then maybe you'll be able to hear me. But there is so much wind that I'm gonna need to put eye drops in when I go back in. I could put my sticker on top of their stickers. Come on, Kit. Yo, Kit, come on. As happens frequently, he's making it hard to make progress. Whoops, sorry. I shouldn't yank you off your feet when you're trying to pee, should I? All right, let's get all the way over here. Somebody's dropped a hat. That seems kind of weird. Wow. So we just have all the people taking all the pictures. Can you hear this wind? I don't see how you can not hear this wind. Let's see what happens when I turn around. Okay. Of course, I turn around and Kit goes wandering off through the bushes. Far enough, Kit. So we got all these people taking pictures of themselves in front of these stacked boulders. And people have managed to get some rocks up on top of this blue one on the end. Oh yeah, and the white one there. I guess that's their contribution to art. Who knows? And a few people have wandered further out into the desert. I, on the other hand, don't have a whole lot of, don't find a whole lot of appeal in things like this that attract people. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where's the 7th one? Oh, back here. Let's see if we can get all 7 in the frame at once. Oh, that might be kind of difficult. Might have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can see all 7. Can you? All right, I think we're done here. We're going to go back and get back on the road and deal with the headwind. So this is similar to the view that I've had driving down the road, where you can see all 7 fairly easily. And I guess I'm glad I came from the perspective that now I can say I've seen it. But that's about it. Well, now the wind's at my back. That's much more pleasant. I'm enjoying getting pictures of people getting pictures. And whatever else they're doing. It's crazy, I tell you. So we're going to come back over. We're going to brave the really loud generator. And then we're going to get the hell out of here. At least in this level of wind, I don't really think this was worth the stop. And the next thing I was going to stop at, not too far away, is also outside, and it's too windy to be outside as far as I'm concerned. So we're going to just get on down the road, and unfortunately, I had the Barstow Harvey House on my list of things to stop at, but that closes at 3 o'clock, so I took that off the list too. So basically, we have 136 miles to go to what is now my new destination, which is going to be the Tangier Outlets, and we should get there just about 5 o'clock, I'm guessing. And sometimes it's just the way things go, guys. So we got a pretty stiff headwind here. And we're going to just tough it out. Somebody's camped down there to the left. Welcome to Jean. The prison is off to our left. Gas station here to our right. And the casino straight ahead. And so because we want to get to Primm and point south. Oh wow, is this closed now? Wow, Terrible's is closed here. It used to be Gold Strike or Nevada Landing, can't remember which, and then it became Terrible's, and now it looks like it's just completely out of business. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So what happened on the other side of the freeway here, I wonder, are they out of business too? Because there was one that would be to our right on the far side of the freeway here. And then this one was Nevada Landing, one was Gold Strike. And I think the one on this side has been torn down for quite some time. I got a fly in here. Where'd that come from? Los Angeles to the left. Yeah, now there's a Starbucks over there where there used to be a whole casino. Welcome to Baker. I decided I'm going to go ahead and stop at the Mad Creek and get myself a hero to go. And I'll eat that when I get stopped for the evening. That's my plan. Able to park in here, I think. Yeah. Hello. Actually, I'm gonna do it this way. Well, we still got 3/4 of a mile to go.
Continue on Glenwood Road for half a mile.
And what I'm hoping is, so we're going to the outlet mall, and I'm hoping that I can put the mall, I think I can, between me and the freeway and have it be a little more quiet. That's what I'm hoping. Alright, we'll let you know where we end up.